Okay, Shaquille, I appreciate the question. I don't think this is probably the right place for this. This is like a sewing and crafting news and industry live stream. Maybe if someone in the chat wants to help you out, though, we do have a lot of female viewers here at the Sewing Report. Oh, that's all right. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, recently broke up with a girl. Hey, I appreciate the engagement, Shaquille. That's cool. It's a little off topic, but hey, you know what? I do say you can ask me anything. Recently broke up with a girl and starting to have a really hard time with it. How do I know if I made the right decision? I don't know how old you are, Shaquille. I would say this, though. I wouldn't second guess yourself. You probably had a reason why you broke up with her. And, I guess, are we turning into like Loveline or something? I don't know. But I would say stick with your gut. If your intuition is saying I shouldn't be with this girl, then you shouldn't be with her. I wouldn't go back and forth and flip flop. I just wouldn't. Yeah, just if you're gonna make a decision, own it and move on. If you sound okay, you're late 20s. Okay, there's gonna be other ladies, Shaquille. It's okay. It's good. There's gonna be other ladies out there. Especially if you don't have, like, if there's something you fundamentally don't have in common, like values or lifestyle or like how you see the world, then that's probably not going to be a very good, you're probably not going to be very compatible. So, I don't know. I'm not a relationship. I have been married for 15 years. It's hard. I'm over 40, so I'm middle-aged. But, I think if you broke up with her for a reason, then you obviously had a reason. Okay. If anyone else would like to chime in, feel free to weigh in. But yeah, if you broke up with her and you felt like there was something that made you guys incompatible, then I mean that's that, But there's other people out there, and you're still young, so you got plenty of time. So I would say if she was really nice. Okay, so why did you break up with her? Like, what was like, if you can, you don't have to get too, if the details are a little personal, you don't have to do that. But if there was like a substantial reason for the breakup, then I would just say, I know it's tough right now, but stick it out. You will be okay. You'll be okay. And I think it would help maybe get out and do something, hang out with some friends. Go someplace in real life so you can meet some new people. But there are plenty of people out there. So I would say don't keep over analyzing things. If you had a reason for the breakup, then you need to stand firm in the decision. I know. Hey, we can answer all kinds of questions here at Sewing Report Live. All right, so no real substantial reason, just wasn't really feeling it and going along with my gut. Okay, then I would say don't. Here's the thing. All right, and this is, again, I know this is totally off topic, but one thing you should do is not make it a clean break. You don't need to like keep talking to them. You don't need to be friends with them or like, because then you're going to kind of fall back into it. So if you break up with a person, really break it off. Don't keep talking to them or drunk dialing or anything like that. You need to actually cut it off and not have any further contact with them. Unfriend them on social media, stop following them. Just, move on with your life and sort of act like they don't exist. I am not friends with any of my exes. My husband is not friends with, after we break up, we're both the types that after we broke up with someone, you just didn't have any, they weren't in your life anymore. So I would say if you are breaking up with someone, don't really keep them in your life. Obviously, if you have like kids with them, you're going to have some contact. But if you don't have kids with them, there's really no reason to stay in contact with them. So I would say make sure you're not putting yourself in a position where you have to have further contact with them. Yeah, it really sounds like you're just not into this girl, and that's fine, That's fine. I would say, yeah. All right, we got some advice from Rachel here. Even when it's the right decision, a breakup will make a good person feel at least a little bit like garbage if they're the one doing the breaking. That's true. That's true, you know, but yeah, you obviously if you broke up with her, that, you know, it wasn't for nothing. Like, yeah, if you weren't feeling it, you weren't feeling it, man, you know, and that's okay. There are other fish in the sea thing really is true. I know right now it seems like it's your whole world, but in hindsight, you're not even going to really remember this person. They're going to be like a faint memory. So I'm old, and that's my experience. Like, you really don't think about people in the past. You really don't. So, yeah, I would say move on with your life. Try to meet some new people. It'll be okay, Shaquille. Thank you for stopping over here. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you, Jan. Hey, you know what? He asked a question. You know, it's like lost Redditors, but, you know, hey, it's cool. It's cool over here. All right, Warpaint says, even Etsy can force users that make X amount to automatically roll in the suggested ads. Yep, that is true. That's true. But Shaquille, good luck with you. Stay strong. Don't call her. Don't call. Don't text. Put some distance between yourself and her, you know. Just do that. Do that. I hate being forced to be part of ads on Etsy when the moment I made enough, my sales tanked. Ooh, well, that's rough. That's really rough. Yes, this is good. People that stay in bad relationships end up bitter. Sometimes it's better to call it quits. Yep, I would agree. Like, yeah. If you feel like it's not, like, obviously you didn't feel like she was like the one or anything, otherwise you wouldn't have had that gut feeling. So there must be some reasoning there, even if you can't really crystallize it. So yeah, I would say, yeah, cut it off and don't, like, you know, don't engage with her. Like, if she texts you, don't answer back. If she tries to show up at your place, you know, that would also not be good. All right, go watch some Gilmore Girls. You'll feel better. All right, hello, Vanessa. Hello. All right. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to make sure my rabbit's not being crazy. Okay. I can hear her scratching at something, so I don't know what's going on. All right, have you thought about using Maker Place? Okay, so Jan, I signed up for it, but I haven't actually, like, gone through all the steps and set everything up. It just seemed too daunting to me. I'm be keeping it 100. I was just like, it just seemed like a lot of work, and it seems like there's not that many people using that platform. So that's why I'm personally, like, I just haven't had the motivation to give it a go. If anyone else has some experience with using Maker Place, let us know in the comments. It's okay, Chenille. It's okay. Hey, I appreciate the viewership here. I appreciate the viewership. But yeah, I would say put some distance, get some distance. You'll have a clearer head. Don't go back. Don't go back, you know. Yeah, no problem. And if you are interested in learning to sew, I have a main channel on this called the Sewing Report. If you want to maybe get a new hobby and take your mind off of things, you can also try some crafting. I will say, if you want to try to go to like a sewing or a quilting class, the male to female ratio is probably going to be in your favor. I'm just going to put that out there. So maybe that's something you could try out. And yeah, this community does tend to have a pretty heavy female demographic. I can tell by my YouTube analytics. So if you are looking for something new in your life, maybe you could give sewing a chance. I've got a lot of videos over on the Sewing Report, so I would encourage you to, you know, if that's something, if you're looking for something new, maybe pick up a new hobby, take a class. Denise, this is a good idea for Shaquille. I would suggest adopting a pet if that works for the situation. So that could be good. Okay, we got some advice from Aneri. Block and delete their phone. Yes, do that. That's what I had to do as recent as 4 months ago. Yeah, and that will kind of eliminate you being able to like talk to them. That's a good suggestion there. Okay, already did that. Okay, cool. And yeah, unfollow or block them on social media so you don't have to like look at their stuff. Just kind of disentangle yourself. You don't want to get caught up in drama or anything like that. Oh yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone. All right, good job. I mean, it sounds like you really don't want to be with her, so I wouldn't worry too much. Really having a tough time, I guess at what point should I reconsider? I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. Give yourself some distance, maybe a couple months. If you feel like you made him, like, that's the thing. I think depending on how recent the breakup is, you just might be too close to the situation right now. And it would be good for you to put some distance between the relationship for you to get a clearer head. Also, I'm assuming you're a guy. Talk to some male friends. Get together with them. Again, you'll be less lonely, and they can maybe talk to you more in depth on the situation and maybe offer you some guidance. I would recommend get some guy friends who are married or in a healthy relationship. You do not want to be getting advice from, honestly, you don't really want to get advice from people who, don't have experience being in like a healthy relationship, long-term relationship. Maybe if you can get some married friends or friends that have like a long-term partner, that would help. That would definitely help. All right. It's not that I didn't want to be with her because we got along great. I guess I did it because I feel like we didn't have a lot in common and felt a little bit dead end. I mean, if you're already feeling like that, then that's probably not a good sign. Probably not a good sign. I would say try to get together regularly with some male friends and if they're a little bit older than you, that's good. And if they're married, that's also good. So some married friends that are a little bit older. If you don't have any, meet some. Try to get in touch or meet with some slightly older guys who are married, engaged, have a long-term girlfriend or partner or something like that, and maybe they can, offer you some perspective, some outside perspective. Because right now it sounds like you're too up in your head, man. You're too up in the head. All right. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, Yeah. But yeah, if you feel like you didn't have, and here's the thing, this is from someone who's married. I find, my husband and I, we have, the big stuff in common. But as far as, the small things, like hobbies or, what shows we watch or stuff like that, we actually don't have a lot in common with, the little details. So if the stuff you didn't have in common was, TV shows or, what you like to do on the weekends, I actually find that's not as big of a deal as if the stuff you don't have in common is how you want to spend money, how you want to your life plan. So it's if you have the big overall things in common, that's easier to deal with than if you don't have the day-to-day stuff in common. But if if your values aren't very similar, that's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. Yeah, good. Join a gym, work on yourself. That's a good one. That is a good one. All right. Married 40 years. I can agree with you, Jen. Money is number one problem. How do you want to raise kids? Do you want to have kids? Religion. Get all of that stuff online. All of the other stuff is extra. Yeah, I agree with Carmen. If you have the big picture stuff in common, it doesn't matter if you like Chinese food and she likes, Mexican food. You know what I mean? That stuff is whatever. Although one thing I would say does affect your day-to-day life, it's going to be difficult if you have drastically different preferences for the thermostat, which might not seem like a big deal, but it really is. So, my husband and I have generally the same preferences for what are, comfort level with temperatures. But if he liked it to be 66 and I liked it to be 80 degrees, that's going to be a constant problem. So there are some things you don't have in common that can be a big issue. But yeah, the thermostat is actually a big one that a lot of people don't really think about. Yeah, the thermostat is that's a big one for relationships, and that's something that people don't really. I don't think people put enough thought into that particular aspect. All right, so Shaquille, I hope that helped you. I know this is a very random place, but hey, we do have a bunch of married, bunch of people in here, and we have a lot of, we tend to get a lot of ladies in here. So, hey, hey, if we can help, we can help. I appreciate you tuning in from Twitch. Denise says, lastly, I'll say you have to be happy with yourself first before you can be happy with others. Yes, you got to get your own self together before you can, have a healthy relationship. I think that's really... Anyway, Shaquille, I hope you got some good insight here. All right, we got Shaquille. Oh, no, Shaquille, man. All right, so Shaquille was asking us for some dating advice. So this girl just texted me saying, hey, do you have 5 minutes? All right, she wants to get back together with you. That's what's up. I would text her back. No, I would actually not text her back. Okay, don't text back. And if you don't leave, I hope you didn't, I hope it's not so that she sees you read it. Don't answer back. Put her on mute, block her. Because that's the thing, you're just going to get sucked back in. I've seen this happen so many times to people where they get back with the ex. I have never gotten, by the way, I haven't dated that many people, to be frank with you. So I would say, yeah, don't do it, man. Don't answer back. Just ignore it and give yourself some space. I think you need space right now. You sound really unsure of things. So I would say don't. What do you guys think? I think he should ignore the text message. Because that's the thing. If you write back, she's got you. And she knows she's got you. So I think you should just pretend like she never sent the message and try to move on. Do the best. Maybe try to go out on another date just to try to get her out of your head. I don't know, but yeah, don't get sucked back in, because that's, yeah, she's trying to get back in with you. That's what's going on there. All right, Shaquille, man. All right, you gotta just chill, man. Chill. Don't answer back. Block her number so you don't, or make it so that you don't see any texts or phone calls from her, and try to get some distance. I don't know how fresh this breakup is, but here's the thing. I think you could meet someone else. You could meet someone else. That's what I think. What is that? Okay. Yeah, so Making New Dreams says also ignore her. All right, I think he's a troll and is trolling you to get up. He might be. I don't know. But, hey, if it is real, and he's here, he's a viewer. And I do say you can ask anything you want. So, sorry. I know it is. I don't know, though. I feel like Shaquille is real. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Yeah, an opportunity to examine what works and what doesn't work. What do you want? What you do want and what you don't. That's good advice. All right, yeah, Denise says, give it at least 24 hours. Yes, give it at least 24 hours. Hey, I guess if you do want dating, I don't know if I'm a good person to give dating advice. I haven't dated a lot, so I don't really know. And I was married by the time the dating apps came around, so I never had to deal with that. So I really don't know. Okay, so he's on Twitch. So that's why you're not seeing the comments. But I can put them up. So I see the comments on my dashboard, and I can put them up on here. But Shaquille is actually a Twitch viewer, which would make sense because there's a lot of male viewers on Twitch. And sometimes people on Twitch just find random streams. I don't know. So, hey, maybe you thought hey, this is a gal. Maybe I'll see if she can give me some advice. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, yeah, turn off the phone, go for a walk, or go to a movie. That's good. That's good. Yeah, get out of the house, meet some people, do an activity. Yeah, don't talk to her. I would say you broke up with her, you know what I mean? I would give it some time. I would not. If it was me, I wouldn't talk to the person. I just wouldn't. I don't know. Right, Emery says, as I said earlier, block and delete number. If necessary, change your routine for a while. That's good. So she can't run into you when you're out and about. That's actually good advice. Thank you for that. So Shaquille, I hope this helps you. Don't be down, man. You're in your 20s. You are very young. You have plenty of time. If you were 75, I would say, maybe whatever. But, 20s is, you're at the, you're just starting out your life. So I wouldn't worry too much, guys. I would not worry too much.